Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Paul, your favorite host, Frank Talk with Paul. Today we are having a real conversation, the kind that every parent, foster carers and guardians needs to hear. It's a hard truth, but it is full of love. And I will enjoy you to continue to the end so that you can benefit and know exactly what we're here for. Love is not enough. These children need structure too. We're talking about children. If you are raising a child, whether a biological child, adopted child, foster child, or through kinship care, you already have or know the deep love you have for them. But love alone, without consistency, without routine, without boundaries, without accountability, will not help these children. It can actually confuse the child more than help them. Especially children who have experienced trauma, some kind of abuse in the past, loss, some neglect, some inconsistency, or some given in the past. So in this video, I'll be exploring with you as you come alongside with me why love is not enough, why structure heals, and how to create a home environment that gives children the stability that desperately crave, even if they push against it. That's exactly what they need. Children will always push. I have always said that. They will push, particularly when you're putting structure in place. And that is why I want you to join us. Why love is not enough. As we go through this brief period, you're going to learn more. Now, let's start. Love is essential. It is fundamental. It is foundational. But it is not the full picture. Think of a garden. Love is the soil. It provides nourishment. But structure? No. That is the fence. The sunlight, the routine watering and all of that. Without the fence, wild animals eat the plant. Without sunlight, nothing grows. Without consistency, even the best seed can wither. The same goes for children. Children especially, those who have lived through kind of abuse in the past, some abandonment, some abuse, some families that have had divorce, frequent moves, foster care placement, or neglect. They all need more than kind words and hug, which of course we think we are given. Of course, it's appreciated and I appreciate you for doing that. They need a predictable bedtime, consequences that make sense, adults who keep their words, routine that don't change with every mood swing. Maybe you get angry and everything is changing. No, because love without structure feels like chaos to a child who already doesn't feel safe. A lot of children have gone through a lot of past emotional trauma. And that trauma is still with them because they're not being healed out of it yet. If there are no structure in place, you end up destroying them further because they live an unorganized life. Many times, caregivers ask, why is this child acting out when I have nothing but kind? Why does he lie, break things, or test every boundaries, even though I love him like my own? That question had popped out if you're working with children a number of times. The answers? Because trauma taught them that love isn't safe. That's what trauma have taught them. Because their parents love them and they are in care. Maybe love used to come with pain. Or maybe love meant people left. Or promises were broken. Or love meant pleasing others to avoid rejection. So now, when a safe adult offers love, the children might push you away, break your rules, test your patience, sabotage good moments. Why are they doing all of that? In the past, they've had the love, eventually they got broken. Because deep down, they are asking, will you still love me when I mess up? Will you stay when I am hard to love? Is this love real or will it disappear like before? Because they've had that before, they've had trauma in the past. Structure answers those questions with actions. When you put structure in place, you understand this is structure. They will push when you establish boundaries. Yes, I love you. I will still hold you accountable. Yes, I am here. And I'll be the same person tomorrow. No, I won't allow chaos in this home, but I won't abandon you either. These are the kind of questions that you answer to those children and make so much sense to them. Now, if you come to ask your question, how does a structured home look? How does putting structure in place in a home looks? Let's break down this into practical real-time examples so that you can understand what does structure looks like. Number one, consistent routine. Wake ups, bedtimes, are the same even on weekends. Meal happen at regular times. Homework is done in a specific window. Children feel safer when they can predict the environment. They know 2 o'clock is going to be this. When we come back from school, we'll be expected to do this. Children understand that. Clear, age-appropriate rules. Rules like we speak respectively to each other. Screen time ends at 8 p.m. and let 8 p.m. be 8 p.m. No hitting. We solve problem with wars, not fighting. These are not punishment. They are guides for living. Predictable consequences. If you do this, this is the consequence. Not the consequence of hitting them. If a rule is broken, the consequence is fair and expected. When the children expect that, it makes life a lot easier for them. Not random, not harsh, and definitely not emotional punishment like silent treatment or humiliation. You must understand that children work well in this environment. You don't do your chores. That means no tablet time tomorrow. Let's try again tomorrow. Emotional boundaries. Don't let your emotion dictate the child's environment. You are angry, you want to spill everything, spill it over everywhere to the child to see. Structure means you regulate yourself so they can learn how to regulate themselves. That's what it means. If you yell, threaten, or withdraw affection, structure is broken. Irrespective of what happened, those structures that you put in place must stick. That is how you teach them. That is how you open their eyes to understand what it means. Structure works. It works and it goes very well with the children, particularly when you're consistent with it. The magic happens when love and structure works together. Imagine you are showing a child, or a child comes up home angry and slam their school bag. If you respond with only love, it's okay. Baby, you must be upset. Let's go get ice cream. That sounds kind, but it also rewards poor behavior. When I say structure, I don't mean you should reward poor behavior. If you respond with only structure, then that is not acceptable. You will be grounded all week. That is consequence immediately without love. That teaches fear, but not connection. You are putting heavy fear on that child. You are not connecting with that child. But if you respond with bold, it might sound like, I can see something is wrong. But slamming things isn't how we handle anger. Let's talk when you are ready. And in the meantime, please pick up your bag. Can you imagine that? You've been able to combine the both, compassion and consistency. It leads to healing. You are compassionate, you are consistent, and it's healing them. That is what builds emotional resilience. You must do this. And if you don't understand how this thing works, it makes life a lot difficult for you in training the children, because the training of a child is an entirely different thing from bearing them. Let's be honest. Sometimes we don't provide structure because of our own trauma. You may have trauma yourself and you need to heal. Maybe you grow up in a home where rules were enforced with violence, or love was conditional, or you had no freedom. And now you overcorrect by giving your child everything you don't have. You think you're showing love, but that is not. So now you are afraid to say no. You don't want to be mean. You feel guilty, especially if the child is adopted or in a foster care. But here is the truth. You must come to terms with this reality. That structure is not punishment. It is a gift you are giving to the child. And giving your child everything except discipline and boundary is not love. It is fear in disguise. Because you have fear of their reaction, you have fear they are going to kick. You must understand that children will kick when boundaries are in place. You are not a bad parent for setting rules. You are a strong one, a consistent one, and a healing one. Until you tell yourself that when you have this understanding, it becomes a very difficult task for you to come to terms with. But you must do it because you have taken the responsibility of healing them. And this is why getting knowledge and sticking to them and being consistent is important. If this is new to you, here is how to start, because I know a lot of people will feel this is the new thing. I'm hearing it for the first time. Set 3 non-negotiable rules in your house. 3 non-negotiable. Start small. Keep them simple and stick to them. Very small, simple, but stick to them. Use a visual routine chart if you feel. Especially helpful for children with autism, ADHD, or trauma, and then follow through every time. No matter how small it is, no matter how small the structure is, follow through every time. Even when it is inconvenient, make sure you don't keep it. If bedtime is 8 p.m., don't push it to 9:30 just because you are tired. Children notice everything. You must stick to it, be consistent. Pair every correction with connection. When you are correcting them, let there be connection. And after discipline, reconnect. When you discipline a child for doing it wrong, reconnect to them, say, I still love you. We all make mistakes. Tomorrow is a new day. Let the child understand that whatever that is happening at that point was because the consequence of what they have done and that the punishment that comes with it. But that doesn't spoil the relationship. It doesn't do anything. So here is what I want you to take away today. Love is the foundation, but structure is the wall. Together, they build a home where children feel safe, seen, and secure. If you're a foster parent, an adoptive parent, a caregiver, or even a parent, or just trying to do better than what you knew, this message is for you. Your child doesn't need a perfect home. They need a predictable one. One where the rules are clear. One where the boundaries are loving. One where discipline is not punishment. It is guidance. Let them understand that the discipline you're putting in place is not punishment, it is guidance. Because children don't thrive on freedom alone. They thrive on freedom within boundaries. You must understand that and make them to understand that by consistently holding on. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what is one way you add structure to your home while keeping the love strong? Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving your children. Thank you for loving these children that you've given the privilege to take care of. And thank you for learning what it means to truly parent with wisdom and heart. I'm hoping that your job at the end of the day, when you look behind, when they are adult, you have cause to thank God and to thank yourself. See you in our next one. Until then, stay steady, stay strong, and stay loving. Bye-bye.